This is a piano fill. This technique takes the notes that are already in the chord to create variations and make your chord sound more impressive and beautiful. And the best part, it's really easy to use. And to give you new options, today I'll share with you 10 piano fills for 10 different styles. So let's jump in. The first fill is a blues style, and for all fills during this tutorial, I'm gonna use only two chords. The first one, A minor, A, C, E with A. Every time that I play this chord, I'm just doing repetitions. And then the second chord is a C major, C, E, G with C. And every time I play this chord, I will do the fill. The reason I'm doing this is just to have contrast between boring repetitions and then the fill. So for this first fill, you play the chord, C major, and then you go to the octave, the same note, C, and goes down 3 keys, 1, 2, 3. Doing that, you make this chord a dominant chord, C7 or C dominant chord. And then you play the top 2 notes, the bottom, and then play the 4th and the 6th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, top, bottom. Play F and A, the 4 and 6. Bottom again. Play the 3rd and the 5. So C major, 3rd, 5, bottom again. So have this movement. Top 2 notes, bottom, down, bottom, even, down, bottom. And then you play again the 7th, B flat, 5th, B flat, 7, and C again. Playing everything, you have this sound. Just keeping thinking numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 with 7, 1, 4 with 6, 1, 3 with 5, 1, 7, 5, 7, 1 in a different octave. And for the left hand, just hold C and play everything. And by the way, you can download this PDF file for free with all the fills. And to have more a bluesy sound, let's add this. So you play again the fill, and instead of you play like this, you first play on the E flat and slide to E like this. Again. One more time. Keep it in mind, this is a pattern, a formula you can apply into any type of chord. So let's hear now with the chord progression. The second fill is inspired by the song Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. And here's an important disclaimer. I'm not trying to cover the song. I just hear the pattern of the song, analyze how it's built, and then replicate here. That way you can apply it to any type of chord. So keep that in mind for all the fills during this tutorial. Back to tutorial. You play again on C major, C, E, G. For this time, you play the middle note, top, go down 1 key, which means the second or the ninth, depends. Again, top, the root, top, one more down, in this case the seventh, major seventh, and again the fifth. So you have this sound. 3, 5, 2, 5, 1, 5, 7, 5. Basically, I'm creating some melodies like this, but every time I play this melody, I also play the fifth. So this also works for dominant chords. For example, and or any type of chords. So let's hear into the chord progression. The third feel is inspired by the song Save Me by Queen, and for a look at piano course, especially for beginners, I'll leave the link of my course in the description down below. And back to the lesson, to play this feel, we're gonna use a technique called affirmation. That means every time you play the chord, you play again exactly the same notes, but in different order. What I mean by that? For example, I have this C major, and I play C major, and then I'll move this C to the top like this, playing over here. And then I'll do it again, moving this E to the top, again, over here. And then one more time, this G to the top, over here, to play again on the root position. That means the C is the first note. So basically we play here, move this C over here, move this E over here, move this G over here. And every time you did that, you play twice the inversion. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1. And to fill up the left hand, you play the root doing octaves like this, and hold the bottom note and just repeat the top note like this. You have this sound. And you play one note per beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Will sound like this. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, everything together. Left, just the right, together. Left, just the right, together. Just the left, right, together. And the fourth beat. Let me count. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's hear into the chord progression. Moving on, our next feel inspired by the song Three Little Birds by Bob Marley. For this one, again, you play the C major chord, C, G, and then you play the root, the second note, the root again, and the top note, just a little bit fast, like this. And then you play the third, the middle note, the second again, and the root again, doing this melody. One more time. That's it. And for the left hand, you can play just the root, doing a staccato like this. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Or play and hold it. Let's hear. Next is a jazz feel and inspired by the song Georgia on My Mind. And to play this feel again, we're gonna use the dominant 7th chord. That means you play again C, repeat the C on octave, and goes down 3 keys. So 1, 2, 3. You have the dominant 7th chord. And just recall the numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And for this feel, you play the 6 and 8, and then the 5 and 8. And then you go to the 3rd, the 3 and 6, and then the 2 and 6, and play the chord, the full chord at the end. So again, you have this, this, and this. 1, 2, 3. A with C, G with C, E with A, and D with A, and the chord. And to have a jazzy sound, you play every time you play the first note, you first play the G and then go to A with C, like this. Needs to be fast to sound good. It goes to the second note, and then every time you play E with A, you first play D, D sharp or E flat, and slide over here. So you have this sound. And the final chord, again, the same thing that we did on blues. So you play E, slide E flat to E, like this. So for the whole fill. Again. Or you can even add one more note at the beginning of the fill. So instead of you play this G and goes to over here, you can play G, G sharp, and slide down. So you sound better actually. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's hear. Next one inspired by the song Lose Yourself by Eminem. For this one, again, we're gonna use this C dominant, C, E, G, B flat, and you start playing just repeating this C for 2 chords per beat. So 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th beat you play the 7, 6, 5, and 4, like this. 4 notes per 1 beat. You sound like this. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Let's hear. Now I have a folk feel and inspired by the song Ophelia by the Lumineers. And for this one, again, C major, you're gonna play 3 times the chord. So 1, 2, 3. And then on the 4th beat, you play the 2nd, the 3rd, the 2nd, and the root will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Let's hear it. Our next feel inspired by the song Give It Up the Funk by Parliament. And for this one, you're gonna play the chord again, like we did, C major. But for this time, you're gonna play only the first 2 notes. And then you play the B flat, the dominant, and then 6, and go back to the 7. So 1, 2, this sound. 1, 2. And for the left hand, play, hold it, or just for the first beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. You also can make this feel with both hands. For example, 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. That's it. Let's hear it. Our next feel, it's a combination of R&B and soul. Again, on C major, C, C, G. For the first beat, you're gonna play everything together, and then you play the root, the 7th, and the 5th above. So you have this sound. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. Actually, this chord will be more like a C major 7th chord, like this, because you are playing C, E, G, B. But instead of play everything together, we're gonna split the notes. So you play here, C, 7, and 5th. Again, 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. Let's hear into the chord progression. And this feel inspired by the classic song Take Me Home, Country Roads. And for this one, again, on C major, you play at this time C, and then you move to the 5th chord. What do I mean by that? You play C, you go to the 5th note, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and turn this note into a major chord. In this case, G. We turn this into a G major chord. But instead of playing this inversion, it's gonna be a little too far to play like this. So instead of doing this, you play this G and move this D to the bottom and do this one more time, moving this B also to the bottom. So we have this inversion of G major. You play C on the left hand and just hold it and play for the first beat C major and then move to G major inversion. Will sound like this. 1, 2, and then go back to C major and play G, A, B, 5, 6, 7, and go back to C again. You sound like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and let's hear it. To add rhythm patterns into your fills to sound like this, just click on this video up here. So, thank you for watching and I see you in the next tutorial. Ciao!